And I'm Dave Owens, your garden guy. Hey guys, we're out in our organic garden and behind Channel 3 right now. I want to talk to you a little bit about how we take care of those insects and do it naturally throughout our garden. One way we do it, well, we do it with a little bit of liquid seaweed or Dawn soap or even garlic pepper tea. And what it does, well, it produces and protects these beautiful broccoli you can see here. And you can go ahead and see what our raised bed looks right back there. Along with that, well, we add a lot of onions and a lot of other companion plants in throughout the garden. Another way to do it, well, is to release a lot of beneficial insects. Right over here, Bobby. Bobby's our illustrious cameraman back there. And this is what we do. We go ahead and release insects in an egg form or basically in, well, I'll show you some of these other ways. So here's an asp of an actual praying mantis right here. There's about 200 eggs in this asp. And these guys actually take care of these insects or non-beneficial insects naturally throughout the garden. Another one we use, well, this is called trichogramma. And this is one that works out real well out in our environment because it takes care of a lot of those different types of worms that we see in the garden, including tomato hornworms and, of course, those cutworms. Comes on a little, well, just almost a little piece of paper there. There's about, probably 500 eggs on each one of these individual pieces of paper, and it works out fantastic. Just hang in the garden, they naturally hatch, and they turn into what we call parasitic wasps. They're small, microscopic wasps, will not hurt anything but what they're after. So you're going after the specific insect that's in the garden. Another one, green lacewings. Here's one that comes in, well, a little bit of sawdust. Very easy to release. They look like these green iridescent type of insects, and you'll see them flying throughout the garden. You don't want to destroy these guys. Highly beneficial, easy to release. You can go ahead and just throw it out into the garden itself, and these guys will go ahead and hatch into a small larvae. That larvae looks almost like a small alligator and go ahead and, well, eat a lot of those non-beneficial. One of my favorite, and this is one I use with the kids all the time, are of course our ladybugs. And you can see these guys right back down in here. They actually hatch into an egg type form. You can see they're just waking up this morning because it's the fact it's warming up, and it's a great day to do this. Kim was mentioning it's going to be about 80 degrees, and we go ahead and release those guys, and they do a fantastic job. Last but not least is of course our beneficial nematodes. And you can see these guys. These are small microscopic non-segment worms that exist in the garden itself. And by releasing these guys in the garden, you're going to go ahead and get rid of those soil-dwelling type of insects, fleas, ticks, different types of grubs, ants, and of course termites. All do not like a lot of beneficial insects in around the garden. Now, one way we do it, well, we go ahead and put in a little bit or make a little bit of compost tea, mix the beneficial insects or the nematodes into the water itself and drench it throughout the garden itself. Works out fantastic. Now remember one thing. When you're releasing these guys, you want to stay away from even those natural type of pesticides that we talked about earlier, and we want to go ahead and encourage as many of those beneficials as possible. When we get back, we're going to show you how to actually create and actually keep those beneficials in around the garden. I know Hector's up here somewhere flying around his DJI, Scott, and I know it's up there right now. I don't know if you can see it or not, but Scotty, you coming out with your Maverick here pretty soon? Scotty?
Shot too. We love it.
Oh yeah, it's up here somewhere. I heard it earlier.
He's spying on you, Dave.
He is, buddy.